There is more to a good goodbye to a parent in a dementia unit than what lots of people think. So what not to do is to just nip out when mum or dad's not looking, thinking that they won't remember, and it doesn't matter. It does matter, because they might not remember it, but they will certainly feel that something's not right and it's traumatic. So in terms of departing, give time to your parent before you go, say 10-15 minutes, for them to prepare and say, look mum, I'm going in 10-15 minutes. Is there anything you'd like? Is there anything you'd like to ask me? So they can prepare for your departure and ease into that. Secondly, write up on the whiteboard in the bedroom, hopefully there is one, when you're coming again, so that they can know that you're coming again and can have that assurance that indeed you will be coming again. Now, if there's not a whiteboard in the room, another really good thing that I've found with dementia residents I've worked with is cards. Just any card will do. You know, you can get these pack of cards at Whitcoulls or Paper Plus. So get the card and write in it, okay, John, visiting next Monday, 2nd of April, 10 o'clock or whatever the appointment is. Write it all up, put it on mum's dresser by her bed, and then it's there for her to read and refer to when she's in bed, or any time. Often they take it round with them, their trusty little card in their walker, and then they can read it when you're coming. Also, when the carers come in the morning and the card's by the bed, they can refer to it and say, look, Mrs. Smith, your son John is coming at this time, this date, so you can look forward to that. So this refresher, reminder of the appointment is very good for being able to have reference points for the person, because even though they don't remember, it's still important for them to recognise and refer to what's coming up. Whiteboards really are the best because it's a permanent location that the person can refer to, but if not, these trusty little cards. Now, so you've done all that. See, that takes another 5-10 minutes, explaining to mum, yes, you're coming again, because they just get so anxious, actually. So anxious that you're not coming again. When are you coming again? Will I see you again? I mean, they're so used to, you know, some relatives not coming back and seeing the anguish of other women in the unit that they think, oh, well, this will probably happen to me, I suppose, or whatever. So just reassure them that, no, in fact, you will be coming back. The appointment's there. You've put it on the whiteboard. The staff know, mum, it's okay. So she's assured. Now, next step is the actual goodbye. 2 ways. Either at the door, you know, hug, kiss, farewell, mum, at the door of the dementia unit, then of course having to close the door, which is never nice, is it? You're having to close the door and she can't get out. And if there's a lot of anguish with that, wanting to get out, no, it's not very good. If your mother or parent has accepted by now, let's say, they're in the dementia unit and they can say goodbye at the door with ease, and you going and the click of the door behind them, that's okay. But if there's a lot of anguish there, another way of doing it, which is actually really good, I've seen this done by quite a number of relatives, it works every time, is getting mum at her favourite seat, and that's always a good idea anyway, to make sure she's in a comfortable seat before you go. So comfortable seat, sunny seat at the alcove, looking down onto the car park where your car is. Okay, so sit her there and say, look, mum, I'm going now. Now, you know I'm coming again. I've put the appointment on the whiteboard. Everything's fine. I'm going now. And you can wave goodbye to me from the car park. And she'll be very chuffed about that. So you can go easily, wave to her from the car park. She waves from the window and off you go. That always works very well. And it's also important, actually, to leave your parent in a position in the dementia unit lounge or wherever where they're happy and settled. Don't just rush off and leave them in the dining room or some far yonder in the second lounge. No friends, no company, no activity, and then bereft that you've left. Rather, set it up so that when you're gone, they're in a position that they like and they're comfortable in, like looking out the window. You know, if they enjoy that and you've managed to secure a window seat for them, it's a good position to leave them in. Or if they like the activities and they've got a good friend that they like to sit by, try and get a seat, try and get a vacant seat for your mother to sit by the friend, listen to the activities, David Attenborough, the movie, Golden Oldies, whatever it is that's on, and then you can wave goodbye from there. And she's in a good, comfortable seat to wave goodbye, you know, in front of all the other ladies. They love waving goodbye to their marvellous, handsome son from the group, because everyone else, of course, gets to see that they've got a wonderful son. So just all these dynamics play into that, and it helps a lot with settling the anguish when you're saying goodbye. Now, I did receive a comment from one of the viewers on the site, and she said how to say goodbye to a parent knowing it may be for the last time. Now, of course, this is very emotional and traumatic, but really, it's just best to do it the way that you've been doing it up to that point, lovingly, you know, supportively, empathetically. It's all those good quality, loving, generous feelings, heartfelt feelings, just the same as you would say goodbye at any visit. Of course, it's going to be more when you know you're seeing them for the last time, and just setting them up in a nice spot, and, you know, hopefully they may have a positive memory of that, maybe taking a photo, you know, so you've got something to take with you. But the same thing, if you're going overseas, it still is best to be truthful with your mother. They've got an antennae for the truth. People with dementia, they do know when they're, you know, when they're being told something that isn't the truth. So be truthful if you're going overseas, and set up something to be able to keep in contact with your mother so she knows. And I'll go into that in the next video, actually, on how best to do phone calls, Zoom calls, etc. So whatever you've decided, write it up on the whiteboard or on the trusty little card. Do a couple in the other drawers so there's some spares for the carer to get out, and also tell the carer where you've kept them. So there's a little card by your mother's bed in case one goes missing, about how you will be keeping in touch with her through phone calls or Zoom or whatever the process. So that's the way to say goodbye, best way to say goodbye, you know, in a way that will reassure the person they know you're coming back. They've got the information on the whiteboard or the card. You've left them in a happy place, in a nice seat by their friend or at the window, and you've done it in the best way practically possible. So I've written 2 books on all these topics: The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Now they're good reading. They're not depressing. You know, I know dementia can be very depressing. A lot of the material out there is depressing, and I admit I actually get depressed reading it. So it's important not to be depressed, because that just takes out all our energy. We need to be positive and practical, because there is so much to be done for these people. So all these techniques and more are in both these books, more than what on the videos. And also they're on Amazon, these books. Soft copy, hard copy, and ebook is popular, and my website pietavalentine.com. So thank you for your looks and your likes, and please subscribe and pass on the links. Thank you.